You've bought the books, the educational apps, the flashcards that promise to build a genius brain before your child even turns 3. You've spent hours online at midnight comparing preschool curriculums, wondering if you're already behind. And none of it addresses the one thing developmental researchers say actually shapes how your child's mind grows from the very beginning. Here's one of the quietest findings in developmental psychology. From the moment your baby is born, two entirely different systems are growing inside that small skull side by side. And how you respond to your child every single day determines which one grows stronger. Most parents have never heard of either one. You felt them both, though. That flash of frustration when your toddler melts down in the grocery store, and that quiet wonder when she notices a ladybug on the sidewalk and just stops and stares and asks why. Two completely different parts of her mind doing two completely different jobs. Researchers at institutions including Harvard's Center on the Developing Child have spent decades studying exactly this, the two competing systems that exist in every young child's brain, and the surprising truth about which one needs more of your attention than you'd expect. Because it's not intelligence that predicts how your child will handle life, it's the balance between these two seeds. There's a name for this pair. Developmental scientists call them the stress response system and the executive function system. And once you understand how they compete for the same soil in your child's growing mind, you'll never respond to a tantrum the same way again.
Here's a simple version. The stress response system is your child's built-in alarm. It decides how fast she reacts to threat, frustration, or the unknown. The executive function system is the opposite. It's her brain's control center, the part that helps her pause, think, and choose instead of just react. Both are seeds planted at birth. Which one grows into the stronger tree depends almost entirely on what happens around your child, every day, long before she can explain any of it. Picture this. Your 3-year-old wants the red cup, not the blue one. You hand her the blue one. For a second, her whole body tenses, face reddening, fists curling, a scream building right behind her teeth. That single moment is the stress response system firing. What happens in the next 10 seconds, though, is where the other seed gets its water and sunlight. Researchers connected to Harvard's Center on the Developing Child have spent years tracking children through exactly these micro-moments, and what they found reframes everything we thought about early discipline. It was never about how many rules you enforce or how quickly you calm your child down. It's about whether you help her notice and name the storm inside her, because that noticing is the exact exercise that strengthens executive function, moment by moment, meltdown by meltdown. And here's a part that should feel like relief, not pressure. You don't need a special program or an expensive class to grow this seed. Every ordinary, exhausting, unglamorous moment of your day, the blue cup, the missed nap, the shoe that won't go on, is already the soil. It's available to any parent, in any home, using nothing but the next 5 seconds of patience you give your child.
In the late 1960s, a Stanford researcher named Walter Mischel sat 4-year-olds down at a table, one at a time, and placed a single marshmallow in front of them. He told each child the same thing: eat it now or wait 15 minutes and get 2. Then he left the room. Some children grabbed the marshmallow within seconds. Others covered their eyes, sang to themselves, sat on their hands, anything to outlast the urge. Decades later, when Mischel tracked those same children into adulthood, the ones who could wait were doing measurably better across nearly every marker of life he checked. Here's why that marshmallow matters for you, today, in your own kitchen. Every time your child wants to grab, scream, or shove, and instead pauses, even for one shaky second, she is living her own version of that experiment. That pause is not obedience. It's her executive function system flexing a muscle it will use for the rest of her life. So here's how you help that seed grow without overthinking it. Step 1. Name the storm before you solve it.
Crouch down at the sound of the dishwasher humming behind you and say, "You're so mad the red cup is gone," before you offer any fix. Step 2, build in tiny weights on purpose. Hand her the cookie jar and ask her to count to 5 with you out loud before she opens it. Step 3, narrate her own pause back to her. The moment she stops mid-scream to watch the dog trot across the yard, say, "You stopped yourself. You did that." No flashcard has ever taught a child to sit with her own frustration. No app can crouch down at her eye level in the cereal aisle. This is a kind of growing only your steady, patient presence can offer, and no product on any shelf will ever replace it. Remember the flashcards, the apps, the midnight searches for the right curriculum? None of it was wasted. But none of it was the soil your child's mind actually needed either. That soil was already in your hands every single day, in the space between the meltdown and your next breath. If you take one sentence away from this video, let it be this: how you respond in the next 10 seconds of a tantrum matters more than almost anything you'll ever buy. And if you're watching this, if you're the kind of parent who pauses a video about brain development to think about your own child's last meltdown, your own kitchen, your own blue cup moment, that already tells you something. You are exactly the kind of present, attentive parent this research is describing. Not perfect, present. That's the whole game. If videos like this help you feel a little steadier the next time your child falls apart over something small, subscribe. Every week, we bring you one more piece of real, science-backed insight. No gimmicks, no guilt, just what the research actually says about the tiny things that shape a growing mind. And if this changed the way you'll handle tonight's bedtime meltdown, hit like. Not for us, for the next exhausted, doubting parent scrolling at midnight who needs to hear that they're already doing enough. They just didn't have a name for it yet. So tonight, when your child's face reddens over something so small it barely makes sense, remember what that moment really is. It's not defiance. It's a seed, waiting to see which way it will grow. And you get to be the soil.